What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Sporting. Today we have Porto away and FCSB away in the Europa Conference League. Porto match, obviously a big one. We played them last year in one of the only four matches we played, and we played the away leg. So we faced them once, and they kind of thrashed us. They beat us 3-0. They had a lot to play for. They were playing to win the league. We were not in great form. Weren't playing for much. New manager, new system. So I didn't expect a whole lot, but I expected a little bit better. We got properly dominated. So I want to get a little bit of revenge today. So that'll be pretty good. We are currently doing pretty well. We are, 3 points ahead of them with the game in hand. We are in third place, but again, against the teams above us, we have 3 games in hand on Green Moraes with a 1 point difference. And 4 games in hand on Belenenses with a 5 point difference. So if we win all our games in hand, even if we lose today, we are still top of the table. So we control our own destiny right now. We've only played 9 games and we've won 8 of them. And things have been going pretty well in the Europa Conference League and in the cups as well. This is as good of a start to season as I could have hoped for. If we look at the schedule, we played a couple games since I last saw you. I was last here for if I can scroll down far enough, the Benfica match in Jablonec, which that 5-0 win against Benfica, absolutely massive. What a result that was, and we've not stopped from there. Played Santa Clara after that, only 3 days after, so I had to do a little bit of rotation. Tomas came in, Ugarte, Abisher, Vinagre. Actually got an 8. So that was good to see, because he's not been good. So, good match to beat Santa Clara. Probably should have got a few more goals, but I'll take it. Then played, I think, a third division side, Torrens, in the Taça de Portugal. Beat them 4-0. Fully rotated squad. I was a little worried, actually. I rotated so much. Castillo in there, Neto in there, Reese in there, Paz in there, Brack Ince, guy you might not have really heard of. A youngster that I think was actually not a real life signing, a signing by the previous manager. I'm very happy with the signing. I think he's a really good attacking midfielder. So I'm trying to get him a little bit more game time. He comes in, Kolomuani, Plata, Paulinho starts. So a lot of rotation. And we won 4-0. Good to see. And then we played Braga, a team that beat us to third place last year. They're not having a good season this year. They're down in, 11th? Mid-table, 11th in the league. But I looked at their schedule. They've played all 6 teams. Through 10 games, they played all 6 teams in the top 6. Lost all but one of them, so they've not done well against the good teams, but they've beat on the bad teams. Only 1 draw in the other 4 matches against mid-table or lower teams. And they've got an easy stretch coming up, so they could definitely turn things around and get right up there competing for the top 6 again pretty soon. But a good 1-0 win. It wasn't home. Again, not the best performances. Nuno Santos a 6.2. Tomas 6.6. Tomas has been fantastic, especially in the cups in Europe. He's been fantastic. So, good defensive performance, but not very good going forward. Then played Jablonec again. Beat him 2-1 away from home. Again, only 2-1, but I rotated for this match too because I cared more about Porto. We already had a good lead in the group, so I didn't really feel like I needed to push that too far. Douglas Costa 6.3. Talking about Tomas, European match, 2 goals. Abisher started 6.7. Reese started again 6.4. Adon with a 6.5. So not a great performance from us, but that's a good winning run. I'll take it. A few poor performances in there, but we're still getting the wins. That's the mark of a good team. If you're able to not play at your best, but still get the win, eventually you'll get it right, and you'll be able to put on some really good performances. And that's what I'm hoping for today. We beat Benfica 5-0. Let's see if we can do the same against Porto. They are actually out some key players, too. They've got a couple suspensions. Wendell, their left back, and Manafa, I think, might be their starting right back. Also, both suspended. I don't know if Gruich or Uribe actually start for them. They're both solid midfielders, very good midfielders for this level. So they could very well be starters. So they're both probably going to be out. And we have nothing. No injuries at all. No suspensions at all. This is the team I'm going with. Fully first team. Adana Net, who's been really good. Aguilar Caceres, a guy I considered, even before the season started, I considered playing him as a no-nonsense. It says he's best as no-nonsense cover. But I looked at some of his numbers. He's currently has the best pass completion percentage in the team at 98%. And he's given the ball away the least out of all of our defenders. So I think he's fine as a central defender. I think he's actually doing a really good job there. He's going to stay on as that central defender. Aguilar, Mendez, Ignacio, Polina, Nunez. I have made one change to the tactic. I looked at the data hub just to get an idea of how things were looking. I looked at our average positions from last game, and I noticed something I probably should have noticed earlier. Having this left back being on attack with Nuno Mendes and the right back being on support most of the time, we're on a balanced mentality. Mendes got really far forward, and having the deep line playmaker on that side, who also got pretty far forward, left a pretty big gap down this left-hand side, while Aguilar's not getting as far forward, and Polina, as an anchor man on that side, was staying deep. So it didn't make sense for a balance-wise, the way I had it set up. So I've swapped them around. Polina on the left is the anchor man. Nunez on the right is the deep line playmaker. So the deep line playmaker gets a little bit further forward. The fullback stays a little bit deeper, so that side's a little bit covered, and then as Mendes gets forward, Polina stays pretty deep, so he can kind of cover for the left back. It makes a lot more sense. I should have done it from the off, but I just didn't consider it. And that is why I use the data hub, because you see things like that can make you make slight changes that can make a big difference. They could save you from conceding a few goals. And as a defensive first manager, that's what I want to do. So Bale starts up top. Gonzalez, who's been the best player of the team, is averaging over an 8 in the league. Tabata and Douglas Costa. Another reason I looked at the data hub, I wanted to find out who our best wingers were. Because, Costa, Tabata, and Nuno Santos are all very close to the same skill level. And Douglas Costa has actually been really good in the league. I think he's our leading assister in the league with 4 assists and only 5 starts, I think. He's actually been really good. And Tabata has been, I think he's in all competitions, he's our leading assister, and he's been the best goal scorer from the wing. So Tabata is a must start. And in the league, Douglas Costa has been better than Nuno Santos. Santos has been better in Europe, but Costa's better in the league, so he's going to get the start today. Obviously, Nunez and Polina, defensive midfield. Bench, to be expected. Like I said, no injuries. Tomas, like I said, has been a really good goal scorer. He's not done it in the league, but, he's in good form. 8.26 in his last 5. 2 pretty poor performances in there. I'm pretty sure they're both league performances. He's literally every cup or European match, he's just dominating. So I want to see him bring that to the league. Because the whole reason I brought in Bale is because I didn't think Tomas was ready. But he's tied for our leading goal scorer in all competitions. Bale's been good, though. Bale's numbers were pretty good looking at the data hub. So I'm happy with Bale. He's going to get the start. That's enough talking. Porto away. Either the toughest or the second toughest match of the season. Let's see if we can pull off a Benfica and get a good win. We've been playing really well, and I have to commend you for that. But Porto are a different beast. This is a very good team in their own ground. We need to get some revenge after what they did to us last time. 20 minutes in, it's been a very tight-fought match. We might have a penalty. Deep free kick, and there might have been a push or something in there. I didn't actually see it. It looks like it might have been on Ignacio. We've been slightly the better team. We have 3 shots to their 1. A little bit better XG, but neither team's really done much. I am playing our little bit more conservative tactic, playing on cautious, being a little bit more defensive and counterattacking. It is Porto away, so I feel like it made sense to do that. And it is going to be a penalty. So it works perfectly if we score here. Because we haven't had to be attacking, and we might still get a goal. Bale to take. If you're ever going to miss a penalty, don't do it against the best team in the league. That is a terrible miss for Gareth Bale, but it wasn't like a terrible shot either. We nearly get a goal from the corner. He put it pretty close to the corner. Keeper just got down quick and made a good save. That happens. Especially happens against better goalkeepers. And Diogo Costa is a very good goalkeeper in this league. Obviously, I'd like the goal, but we just need to work harder to get one. Need to get one from open play probably this time. 5 shots, 2 on target. The XG a little bit high because of the penalty. But possession, they destroyed us for possession last match as Bale gets a damaged foot. I might need to take him off for that. They have a free kick. Dom makes a good stop. Bale Gonzalez is also very tired already. As is Polina. It's been running their butts off. Bale does have an injury notification. A damaged foot is not a good injury to have. Missed the penalty. Might kind of be down on himself because of that. Tomas has been in good form. Even though he's not done it in the league, I think I'm going to give him a chance. Tomas comes on up top, pressing forward. Makes a little bit of sense, too, for the formation to be more of a presser up front. I'm going to miss Bale. I think we'll miss Bale for this match. I think he's the better player right now, but I don't want to risk him with that damaged foot. He's got an injury, got a history of injuries. I don't want to push it too much. I've tried to kind of baby him a little bit, and I'm not going to push it. I'm going to sub him out. They're going to have a corner, so we will get that sub through. Tomas comes on. You bring something different. It might work out for the better. Since we are playing on the counterattack mostly, to have someone with that kind of pace up front, maybe we can unlock something a little bit more. As they have another free kick, and they hit the post this time. They've gone very close from 2 free kicks, and hasn't lit up their XG much, but they've got a few more shots, and it looks like it might be going to halftime 0-0. Very nervy affair. 2 big teams canceling each other out. We should have the lead after that penalty, but I can't be unhappy with how we've played. Had more shots away from home, had more shots on target away from home, had more possession. It's been much better than our first time against them. Not a bad start, but it's time for us to dig in and give everything you've got left tonight. We actually deserve to win this match. So let's go out there and do it. 58 minutes. A draw wouldn't be the worst result. We've been the only team to create any chances this half. So defensively, we've looked really good. Mendez pulls back for Pedro Gonzalez, our top goal scorer. 8 average rating in the league, but can't quite put it in this time. They have a free kick. They've been... Is he offside? At first I thought it was a penalty. Then they just placed it in the back of the net. Please be offside. If not, that was just terrible defending from the corner. From the free kick. We get a little bit lucky there. We get lucky. They were offside. Their goal doesn't stand. There was their first chance of the second half, so they probably don't deserve it, but 70th minute, created 4 or so shots this half? 4 shots this half. They've not done anything, so defensively it's been a good start, but Costa not having a good game. Tomas, again, he just can't cut it in the league. He can beat up on those lower level European clubs, but when it comes to actual Portuguese competition, he just cannot cut it. Costa might come off on like 6. Casera 6.3, but and on the yellow defense, almost all on yellows. That's not ideal. I don't know why Casera's still on such. Maybe his passing hasn't been great this game, but defensively we've been good. They only have 4 shots, 1 on target. Haven't seen him do anything wrong. I don't like to take off center backs anyways, and I don't think Segovia is good, so I'm probably going to keep him on. Costa, I think, should be doing better, so I'm going to bring on Nuno Santos to make our second sub. Got 1 left. I don't know what it would be. Probably Aguilar off for Esgaio. He's on a yellow. He's not played particularly well. I don't think I want to sub him just yet. I want to save that sub just in case an injury or something happens, or maybe we need to be more defensive somehow. Ugarte maybe also coming in. Bragancha's numbers from what I looked at weren't amazing. Defensively, he's actually been pretty good, but he's not been great in terms of creativity or anything else. He's lost the ball a lot. He's lost possession of all of our, the most of all of our midfielders. Just make that 1 sub. Hopefully we can do something here in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes now. I think we deserve to win this. Even if you don't count the XG or the penalty, we have 1 XG. I think penalties are about 0.75 or so XG. So you take that out, we still have 1 XG. But of course we're going to go behind. A ball across. I think it was a shot. Adon should have done better. He got both hands on it, and all he can do is palm it to the best striker in the league. Wait, was I not on the cautious one? I think I might have actually switched off the cautious one. Obviously, it hasn't changed much. That's even more disappointing that we've been on the more attacking of the 2 tactics and we've not done anything going forward. We have to go attacking now. I'm pushing everybody up. Tabata is going to go on attack. Polini is going to move up, as will Nunez. Go to box to box. Aguilar will naturally go on attack as the attacking mentality. I'm going to switch Tomas from a pressing forward to an advanced forward. I want to lead the line a little bit better. And in terms of subs, 10 minutes left. We need to make a sub. If we're going to make it, now's the time to make it. Tomas has been absolutely terrible, but I don't have another player on the pitch or on the bench that can play striker, so I don't have any options there. I don't understand why he's so good in Europe and dreadful in the league. He is, though. He just cannot play in this league. Maybe I need to loan him out and bring in somebody better. I don't know. Because I think he can be really good. He's a young player. He's got a lot of potential. I think he can be very good. But he's not ready. Nacio is actually exhausted. But taking him off isn't going to solve anything. Same for Polina. 7 rating is actually playing decently well. Gonzalez can't take him off. He's our best player. Maybe. See, I was going to do Escaio for Aguilar. But Ugarte for Polina might be the right call. Even though Polina's playing well. He's tired. And he's not the best going forward. Only 9 finishing. 12 long shots. He does provide something in the box as an aerial presence. But Ugarte actually has really good finishing. 13 finishing. What are his long shots? 12. But 13 finishing. He's got the physical ability. More physical ability than Polina getting back and forth. I think that I'm going to bring it. I've talked myself into it. I'm bringing in Ugarte. I think if anyone's going to make a difference, I don't think it's going to be Escaio. I think it's going to be Manuel Ugarte. Again, looking at the data hub, looking at Escaio's numbers, he's not been super creative. He's not creating a lot of key passes. He's not putting in a lot of great assists, a lot of great corners, a lot of great crosses, anything like that. Aguilar's actually been better, so I think I'm keeping him out there. I'm bringing in Ugarte. Got 10 minutes to make a difference. We've gone more attacking. Anything I want to change here? I mean, we're already going extremely high tempo. It's not like we're trying to hold on to the ball. I don't think there's anything I want to change. Like, this is attacking enough. I feel like this is attacking enough. Ooh, I might actually raise the line a bit. I'll raise the line a touch. We've got Caceres, who's good physically, and Nacio's good physically. I think we can do a little bit higher line. I'll make that change. We need at least a goal. We have to get at least a point from this match. A loss would be, it wouldn't be like season ruining. We'd still be ahead of them if we win our games in hand. Only 3 points, but we'd still be ahead of them. But these are the matches you need to win. Adon, absolutely dreadful there. Terrible goalkeeping. He's, like, by the stats, he's been the best goalkeeper in the league. But he's also been behind the best defense in the league. He's seen the least amount of shots, had to make the least amount of goalkeeping actions. But when he's had to, he's stepped up. Ugarte, I brought you on for this moment! Literally, that exact moment is why Ugarte's on the pitch, and he fluffs it. You're not going to keep my confidence missing chances like that. Like, I'm not going to keep making the decision to bring you on thinking you'll be a game changer if you're going to continue missing golden chances like that. That was our chance. That might be the only chance we get the rest of the match. And we missed. 2 XG to 0.5, and we're going to lose. I can at least take some solace in the fact we were better. We didn't deserve to lose this match. At worst, we deserve to draw. We were the better team. Much better performance than last match against Porto. Might end up in the same result, a loss, but a much better performance. It gives me a little bit of hope that next time we won't have an injury to our starting striker after 5 minutes and bring in a garbage player that can't play in this league. What? I don't know what the difference could have been if Bale didn't get injured. He probably would have made a difference. With how bad Tomas has been, he would have made a difference. 4 minutes left. I have to make some more changes. We have to go more direct. So I'm going to go wider, actually. Stick with the low crosses. Be more expressive. Be a little bit more creative. Want to distribute it quickly, but I'm going to take long kicks. Not going to go... Do I still tell them to go over the defense? I mean, we've got Tomas. Tabats is fast. Santos is not super fast, but Santos is pretty fast. Let's do it. And pushing all the way up. Tighter marking. Do I go offside trap? I think our players are smart enough to do it. So I will go. Sometimes, like, I won't even going a much higher line. Sometimes I won't do an offside trap because if I don't have good mentally strong players, that it's pointless because they're just going to be screwing up every time. But if they can play a good offside trap, I think this team can. I'm going to go offside trap. And we're going even more attacking with our shape and our mentality. Santos is going on attack. Nunez, I believe, can play attacking midfield. He can. So I'm going to put him next to Gonzalez as an advanced playmaker. Garte's going to sit in the middle as that box-to-box. Going to have to control everything himself, but we need to be more aggressive. I'm going to switch to complete wingbacks on attack. We have to just throw numbers forward now. We need a goal. We've got not many minutes to do it. They're going to be more defensive. The anti-Mourinho, we are pushing players forward to try to get a goal. Demand more. 4 minutes left. It's not going to happen. We are going to lose to Porto for the second time in as many games, both away from home. I mean, we've still yet to play Benfica or Porto at home. We've played a season and maybe not a half. Played almost a full season. Total. Okay, maybe not even that. We've played them 4 times. We've yet to play at home. I mean, completely FM'd. The much better team. Missed a penalty. Higher XG, even if you don't even count the penalty, double their XG. Triple their XG. Literally triple their XG if you don't count the penalty. Possession 50-50. 4 half chances to 1. Both had a clear-cut chance. Does the penalties count as clear-cut chances? Because, they are, but it's a set piece. 11 shots in the second half. They got into it the second half of that second half. They started off the first half of the second half, they had no shots. So the last half, they were a lot better, but we still created a lot. Tomas is god-awful. And, no one other than Tabata can score, other than Gonzalez. We had 2 players that could score on the pitch. Tomas in the league can't score. Gonzalez should be scoring. Tabata has done pretty well in the league scoring. With neither do, no one else steps up. Santos has not stepped up all year. Midfielders I don't expect a whole lot. I expected better from Ugarte there, but it's the combination of Tomas being terrible and Gonzalez. He played well, 7.1, but he couldn't find the goal. I don't really blame the defense. They didn't create a whole lot. Their chances weren't even good. They just got lucky. Adon, dreadful moment, and he gives them a goal. Super frustrated. I'm really disappointed in all of you. We should have won that match based on chances created, and there's really no excuse for not doing so. We were the better team statistically. We created a lot of chances, but poor finishing like that, again, will get you nowhere. I don't care if you create 50 chances a match. If you can't put them away, they're useless. Tell us, Ryan, what happened out there today. We did enough to deserve a victory, but when it's not your day, it's not your day. And it was definitely not our day. We were the much better team, missed a penalty, created 3 times their chances, and they get a drop ball from the goalkeeper, an absolute howler, and it falls straight to them. They get lucky. We don't get a bit of luck, and we didn't deserve it either. How frustrated are you to lose against a bitter rival? We deserve to win, and that's what annoys me the most. We outplayed them. We got destroyed last year. This year, we completely and utterly outplayed them, and we lost. So frustrating. This team is just so inconsistent in front of goal. Bale out 2 to 4 weeks, and that's about the worst news we could have gotten. Any missed time for Bale is dreadful with how terrible Tomas is playing in the league. And it came at a terrible time. In those, say, 3 weeks that he's going to be out, we're playing 4 teams in the top 10. I am a little worried now. Tomas has been dreadful in the league, and we're going to have to rely on him. He's going to have to really step up his game without Bale. Maybe Paulinho even plays. I don't know. Now I just want to smash FCSB. I want to get that bad taste out of my mouth and just completely thrash this team. I'm going to rotate probably a little bit. How many days are between that and I guess Vizella's next. They're not any good, so I might play a pretty strong squad just to get a few goals back in us. And we are back for the match against FCSB. I wanted to go over everything that I failed to mention at the beginning. Pedro Gonzalez, we talked about at the end of last episode. I wanted to give him a new contract because he's our best player, and I think we can win a Champions League with him as our attacking midfielder. Got a contract currently through 2025. I want to give him the same kind of deal we gave Inacio, 5 years with an optional 3 years, so he could be here till 2030. As Gonzalez is 24, like that's most of his prime. I want him here for most of his prime. So I went to offer him a contract, and for reference, our highest earner is Gonzalo Inacio on 46.5K. I knew I'd have to give Gonzalez more than that because he's a better player. But I wasn't quite expecting what he wanted. He came to me when I offered the contract. He wanted $95,000 a week. Our highest earner is 46.5. He wanted 95, over double our highest earner. That was ridiculous. I mean, it's because he's got interest from the Premier League, big teams in the Premier League too, Chelsea, and he can get that kind of money in England. But I'm hoping, because he's still here till 2025, we can hold on to him for a few more years. His interest will eventually wane, and hopefully then he'll be willing to consider a cheaper deal. I'd be willing to do like around 60. Like, I think that's kind of the highest I'd really be willing to go right now. I mean, considering like we've got freaking Gareth Bale on 30, Douglas Costa on 17.5. He wants 95. I thought that was just ridiculous. So we'll work to get him a long-term contract at some point, but right now it's definitely not going to happen. I talked about Barack Ince a little bit earlier, bringing him into the first team a little bit, giving him some game time, because I thought he has a lot of potential. So I've called him up to the first team. I want to get him and a few other players training in the first team. So he's come up. Diego Kayai, another youngster. We're doing some mentoring now, so I wanted him to come up, so we had 3 goalkeepers. And Gonzalo Estevez, a really good looking right back option, 18 years old, 5-star potential. I mean, he looks pretty good. Really good mentals, really good physicals. He needs some work in some technical areas, but 18 years old, I think he can be really good. So I wanted to get him mentored. Fairly ambitious personality is not bad, but the one I really wanted to get mentored and really needed to get mentored is 16-year-old Bruno Thiago, a striker with 5-star potential, 1.5-star current ability at 16. And his technicals are pretty solid for a 16-year-old. 14 finishing, 15 dribbling, 11 passing is even not bad for 16. 14 technique, 15 composure, 13 off the ball. Like, a few areas are a little bit low, but I mean, every area where I really need it is pretty dang good for a 16-year-old, except for pace. That hand strength. That's the one thing that worries me about this guy is he has no strength whatsoever, and he's not fast. His pace has actually gone up since I last looked at it, from 8 to 9, so at least it's improving. But, I mean, if he can get that up, he could be very good. But his big flaw is he has unambitious personality, which actually isn't the worst, because it means they won't be as focused on moving to a bigger club because they're unambitious. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have, but also it might harm his development a little bit because he's not looking to be the best player he can become. So I'm looking to get him mentored, get rid of that unambitious personality. If we look at our mentoring groups, we've set up about 4 or 5 of them. 5 of them. We've got our goalkeepers, so Van de Voort and Kai are learning from Madan. 35, fairly professional, significant influence. Great tutor for those guys. I've got Mendez, Estevez, Inacio, and Caceres learning from Escayo, who's resolute. Only average influence, but he's resolute, so that's really good. We split up our midfield and our attacking midfield just because I thought about combining them into one group, but they play such different roles. I felt like I needed to split them up. So Polina is mentoring Nunez and Bragança. And then Pedro Gonzalez, who's only 24, so not the best mentor you can get, but he's resolute. And he's really good. So I think that could be very good for Ince and Tavara. So he's mentoring them. And then finally, strikers, Thiago. I mean, he's learning from Gareth Bale. You can't get much better than that. So hopefully that can help his personality. Bale doesn't have the best, only spirited personality. But also have Tomas in there. He actually has a good personality, resilient, but I think he can learn a little bit more. And I need a third player there. So he comes in, along with Thiago, to learn from Gareth Bale. Those are our mentoring groups. But for this FCSB match, we're going pretty strong. Couple little players rotated out a little bit. Inacio rotated out for Segovia. I wanted some starters available for our next league match, just because I felt like going fully backups might kind of blow back in our face a little bit. So Bragança's come in for Nunez. Abisher's come in for Gonzalez, and obviously Tomas comes in with a Gareth Bale injury. And it is a European game, so Tomas should go off. I can almost guarantee you Tomas is going to score this match. He just adores Europe and bad teams. So he's going to play. Other than that, starting lineup, everyone's fit. Santos also comes in for Douglas Costa because he's been better in Europe than Douglas Costa has, and Costa was absolutely dreadful last match. So Costa gets benched. Paulinho comes in on the bench because of the Gareth Bale injury. That injury really sucks. Maybe it says right now 7 days to 2 weeks. So maybe he'll be back sooner rather than later, but we really need him. But yeah, I want to smash this team. I want to get some goals. We struggled with it earlier in the season scoring. Then I thought we had things turned around. And then we played Porto and couldn't score to save our lives. So I want to get back to scoring ways. That's why I play such a strong squad. I want to score goals. I'm actually even going to go attacking with our mentality and going to switch Santos onto attack. I'm not going to move the midfielders up or anything. I'm going to keep the shape the way it is, but more of an attacking mentality. So Aguilar will get forward a little bit more. Santos on the attacking mentality will get forward a little bit more. I'm just looking to score goals. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. I'm expecting goals today. We need to be scoring more. And that starts right here, right now. And if that doesn't happen, changes will be made. I do have faith in all of you, though. Go out there and make a difference tonight. You come into this one in good form whilst your opponents do not. Do you perhaps fear complacency ahead of kickoff? I'm not worried about complacency at all. Although there's a challenge for us to overcome, and it's one I think we're up for. Looks like Bruno Thiago might be asked to play a different role. He's not. Nope. Playing the exact same role he's played every single game this season. He's playing on Michael Absher set to play in a different position. He's not. I don't know what team or what team sheet you're looking at, but they're playing the same positions they played every single game this year. No changes have been made. That's weird. I don't know why I asked that when it's the same position, same role. I don't know. We're going to start from kickoff. We're going to get a highlight. And Aguilar on the ball down this right-hand side. FCSB apparently not doing that well in their league because they've been not in good form, so they must be losing some matches in the league, which, I'll take it. They're in bad form. Maybe means goals for us. Tomas, he loves scoring in Europe. Not quite this time, though. Stings the gloves of the goalkeeper. Goes wide for a corner at least. Tabata must have him set as our short option. Otherwise, there should be a short option there. Tabata must be the guy I have set as the short option because no one there to draw a defender. Like the whole reason I have a short option is just to draw an extra defender out to the corner flag for, just wasting one of their defenders. Obviously, I don't think having that player in the box, he's not going to score for the most part. Like, I'm more likely to score from them not having an extra defender than I am from having an extra attacker. If it's like a 6 or a 5'8" winger, he's not going to score. So I think it makes a lot of sense. That's kind of a disappointing highlight. We get 2 shots, but neither of great quality. Both from outside the box. Another chance though, Abisher to Aguilar. Started a lot down this right-hand side to start this half. And, 2 highlights in 6 minutes, not bad, but you need to see them ending in goals. We need to be clinical today. We've actually done pretty well. Looking at our analytics, our conversion rate's actually really good. We're scoring above expected. But last match, we did not. We created a lot of chances and fluffed them all. We need to continue being clinical because we're going to get a lot of chances. And teams, no matter who you are, teams are always clinical against you. In FM, every team is just ridiculously clinical against you. Let's go, Nuno. His 3rd goal of the season. Absher getting what I think might be one of his first assists for the club. I'm sure he's probably got 1 or 2 already, but he hasn't got a whole lot. Bad goal kick. Berganza picks it up into Tomas, into Absher. First time pass, back to Santos. A little lucky, but gets in the back of the net. 1-0. I want 2 or 3 more. 18th minute. Got the ball on the edge of the area again. Berganza to Abisher. Mendez is arriving late in the box with not a lot of defenders around him. He had a chance if he could squeeze the ball in there. Nuno Mendes again through on goal. He gets a great chance for what might be his first goal of the season. Can't quite put it away, though. Goalkeeper makes a good stop, but wanted a little bit better from Mendez there. mean, he's obviously not the guy I'm looking to be more clinical. He's not going to score a lot of goals for us, but want a little bit better. It's been chock full of highlights, though. Our fourth highlight, and we're in the 21st minute. They're first for FCSB, possibly, though. We might look to get this and go on the counterattack. Pescu. Over to Cretu. Aguilar reads it well. No defender at the far post to get on the end of it. Not a good goal kick, though. They're going to look to attack again. Pescu. I think that's a center back. If it's the Pescu I'm thinking of. I know there's like a Mihai Pescu, something like that plays center back. Doesn't look like it is, though, because not playing center back. Pintiru putting it across. Nuno Mendes doesn't quite make it to him. I thought he was going to deal with it, but not quite. 30th minute, another highlight, and maybe another one for FCSB. They get a corner, but they head it over, fortunately. Is that the highlight, really? I mean, 12 shots, 7 on target. Still not good enough. 7 shots on target, 1 goal. That's not a good enough conversion rate for me. I thought they were going to call a foul there at least. Nothing. The last 3 highlights have been theirs. Saying that, we get the ball back. Could be starting something here from Bragança to Cáceres. Over to Nuno Santos, playing pretty well this match. Aguilar, everything seems to be going through Aguilar. He is playing attacking, going on that automatic role with an attacking mentality. He loves scoring in Europe. Tomas just adores scoring in Europe. He could care less about the league. But if you're playing on the European stage, he is up for it. Pretty easy goal. Ball across. Pretty much unmarked in the box. Nuno Santos. Tomas gets away from his defender. Beats the goalkeeper to it. 2-0. Now we just need about 2 more in this second half. We fully deserve it. We already have 2.5 XG from the first half. If we continue in this vein of form, we're going to be scoring some goals. We've had a lot of shots on target today. I'm happy with that. Our conversion rate can still be better, though. More. Highlight here in the 47th minute, almost at the start of the second half. Free kick that eventually goes back to Bragança. No one is deep for us, so we give the ball away there. We're in a terrible spot. But Tomas in Europe, of course he scores a brace. I don't know if he scored less than a brace in any European or Cup match he's played this season. It's ridiculous. He scores one, he always scores another. He scored as many goals in this match. He scored more goals in our one Cup match than he's done in like 8 or 9 league matches. Probably, I don't think it's been 9. 7 or 8 league matches. I don't understand it. I've never had a player that's been so different in Europe compared to league. Like, it's significant. He has like 90% of his goals in Europe and Cup competitions. I need to see him do this in the league. If he does this in the league, we could be really good. And we wouldn't need Bale. But right now, we need Bale. Tomas, looking for his hat trick. He's probably going to get it too. And he does. Of course he does. Someone explain this player to me. Does anybody else have a player that just will only score in Europe? I've never had a striker like Thiago Tomas. He should be good. He's got great physical tools. He's got decent mental and technical tools. He can do it. We've seen it quite a bit. Really, are FCSB that much worse than a bottom of the table Portuguese side? I don't think so. But he can't do it against those clubs. He can do it against European teams. FCSB. Easy. I mean, I'll take it. It's better than no one scoring in Europe. But I just like a little bit more consistency from him. Probably will make some early subs in this match because we can. We're up 4-0. I wanted at least 4 goals. We got them. So let's make sure some key players don't get injured. Nuno Santos looking for his second. He might be offside. That is going to be a very close call. It's going to be very close. I literally can't tell you if he's off or not. I mean, the way they reacted, it looks like he might be off. No, he's on. It's 5-0. Nuno with a brace and Tomas with a hat trick. The 2 players that have been probably the most disappointing in the league. Nuno Santos and Thiago Tomas. And they just kick it in a high gear for this Europe match. Absher also having a very good match. We will make some subs. 64th minute. Probably try to make 2 right now. Mendez, I want to come off. I think he's one of our most important players. Then the choice is, do I move Segovia over to left back and bring on Inacio? I think I'm actually going to move Escayo. He can play left back. He doesn't have a very good left foot, but he can do it, so he's going to do it. And I think I'm going to take off Polina for Ugarte. Playing that defensive midfielder on defend role. 2 most important players on the pitch. Save Tomas for European matches. I don't know what I'm going to do in the league at striker. I kind of want to give Tabata a rest too. I would say Santos, but he's on a hat trick and he's not good in the league. Tabata has been pretty good. I'll wait another couple minutes. I still don't really want to get an injury here and be down a man, so. Highlight the 67th minute. This could get ugly. It's already 5, and I think we actually have already scored more than we did in our home leg. Good Lord, Tabata. What a freaking goal that is. Maybe save those for the league. More important matches than this. This does guarantee we go top of the group. We finish top of the group, but I figure it's kind of a foregone conclusion. We should win all 6 group matches. We've currently won all 5 so far with a plus 15 goal difference. They are the worst team in the group. Austria Vienna looking like they're going to they are beating Jablonec 2-0. They're going to get the second spot. So neither team will have anything to play for in our next matchup. Santos is tired, but so's Tabata. He's on a yellow, and he's more important, so he's going to come off. I guess Costa, I don't really have anyone else that can play on the wings. I don't have anyone else that can play on the wings. I'd love to bring in a more backup player than Douglas Costa, but I wanted to go some semi-strong on the bench. So Costa's going to come on. You prefer Costa at left mid and Santos at right mid when they're both on the pitch together. That's a good team performance. The only player below a 7 is a player that literally just came on. Even Escayo, who just came on, is on a 7.2. It's a pretty good start at left back. Playing out of position and for 15 minutes. Praise the team. 6-0. I called for goals. I think we got goals. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was going to be okay with 3 or 4. 6? Good. Now we just need to do this against Portuguese teams. Don catches that corner pretty easily. They haven't looked threatening at all. Defensively, we've done really well. Even with Segovia in there. He's played well. I keep harping on him by not being that good, but I also thought Tabata wouldn't be that good. I was looking to replace him when I first got here. As Tomas scores 4 because of course he does. But yeah, and he's proved me wrong. He's been really good. Segovia, I don't like his attributes, but if he's going to play well, what am I going to say? It's 7. So, we have had more chances than last match. I will give him that. But we don't have 7 times the chances. So the fact we couldn't score in that match. I know it's a better goalkeeper, a better defense, but still. Should have scored some goals in that match. 7-0 is the final. They had 1 shot on target. Half an XG. We end up with 4 XG. 4.5 almost. They actually led possession at halftime. We get it in the second half. We do a lot better. We had, 15 in the first, 14 in the second. Good performance in both halves. Happy with that. Tomas on a 10. Abisher on a 9. Santos on a 9.8. Doesn't get his hat trick, but gets 2. Yeah. Tomas 4, Santos 2, Tabata 1. Good to see. Don't need Pedro Gonzalez to score goals. Now we bring him back into the squad. Do I start Tomas in the league next match? He's still failed to do it in the league, but can you bench a guy that just scored 4 goals and is on a 10 average rating? I don't know you can. I'm probably going to give him a chance, but he's going to be on a short leash for me. Good win. Very, very well done today. That was an excellent win. I asked for goals, and you gave me 7. I can't be mad at that. Especially that second half. We still created a bunch, but we were much better at putting them away. I'm happy to see that. Now we just need to do it more consistently. I know you can do it. Just keep working to improve your game every single day. Taking everything into account, how big a result is this? You know what? It's really a huge result. Because we did all the things we have to do in order to win and got our rewards. Goal scoring was great. That was really impressive victory. Some managers might look to give the team a rest from training like that. Is that something you'll do? I don't think that's the right call at this point. We need to work even harder on the pitch. I mean, there's no option to say that. But that's what I want to say. Um, it's not always as simple as that, but they'll know how appreciative I am of that performance. What a performance and what a win. You have to be pleased. I'm absolutely delighted. We were terrific. 7-0. Puts us up to 16 goal difference. We win the group. Austria Vienna do finish second. I doubt all the other group stages have been done yet, but I'll advance a couple days and see who else qualifies. We do qualify for the second knockout round, so we skip the first knockout round. That's good. Don't have to do both rounds. Tomas, 10 performance. I mean, you're not going to get better than that. You literally can't get better than that. Let's look at the group real quick. Conference League. Yeah, some teams still with a fifth game to play, and obviously there's still a sixth game to play. Teams that have qualified, Everton look like they've already won their group, so they're also getting to the second knockout round. Can teams that finish top of their group play each other in the second knockout round? I don't really know how that works. I doubt they can, so we probably won't be seeing Everton, so that's good. I'd like to them get knocked out by somebody. That'd be perfect. Anderlecht look like they're getting knocked. They did get knocked out. That's good. Like Bodo Glimt are a good team too. Shakhtar still have a chance, but Anderlecht, I was kind of worried about them a little bit. Kind of the expected. Maybe this what are they? North Macedonian team ahead of Bate Borisov is kind of surprising, and they're going to finish top of Bate Borisov. So Malmo and them, I would love to face them in the second knockout round. I doubt they get there, but I'd love to face them. Nice look like they're winning their group as well. St. Mirren and Basel fighting for that second spot. Then hopefully that means we don't have to play Nice in the second knockout round. Sociedad most likely winning their group as well. So another good team that is advancing. Unfortunately, no good teams have been knocked out, but with the level of competition in the Europa Conference League group stage, they should. Looks like there's been no real upsets. Fiorentina look like they're probably going to finish top of their group. They still have a fifth game to play and a sixth, but Celtic possibly not qualifying from their group is very surprising. Luzern, I think Swiss club? Yeah, Swiss club ahead of them. I mean, they still have a chance to get, they still have a lot of a chance to get into that second place spot. I doubt they're going to be able to get top. Fiorentina have to lose both games, have to overturn a big goal difference, but Celtic most likely are probably going to move on. I'm going to figure Riga, I think they're a Latvian club, right? Yeah, Latvian club. Looks like they might be moving on. They still have 2 games to play. Apoel is really going to have to come back if they're going to get that second spot. So that's a team that makes it to the second knockout round. Be very happy to play them. Spartak Moscow look like they're going to win their group. Fiorentina as well looking like they're going to win their group. So pretty much to be expected except for Celtic. I don't think there's really any other shocks. Maybe Bate Borisov being behind that team. I'm not going to try to pronounce their name. Anderlecht. I mean, at least not getting third. I mean, Anderlecht only getting 1 point. I feel like that's pretty disappointing. But if we look at the schedule, what do we got coming up? We've got, I mean, no huge match. Vizela, obviously, worst team in the league, should smash them. Austria Vienna, doesn't matter. Milkau, like I said, there's like 4 top 10 clubs coming up. Milkau, 8th. That's a Allianz Cup match. Rio Ave, 9th. You got talking to Portugal, then Belenenses. I might be coming back for that one. Got them and Maritimo, who are 5th. Yeah, I'll probably come back for Belenenses and either Taça de Portugal or Maritimo, depending on who we get in the 5th round. When is the draw for that? Can we see when the draw for that is? No. Let's see who's left in this. So Benfica still has to play Braga. Porto still has to play Portimonense. There's some bad teams in there. Feirense, they're in the 2nd division. Caldas, Vizela are still in there. Villa for Kins. Yeah, we could face a smaller side, but we could also get Oriental Dragon. That's cool. They beat Aruca. They still in the 3rd division? They are. Wow, that's surprising. We can still get a Benfica or a Porto, but I expect we'll get a smaller side. We probably won't need to show that, but yeah, either that or the Belenenses and Maritimo possibly. Or maybe I wanted to come back and do a little look at the data hub in an episode. I want to get a little bit further into the season to do that. I might still wait to get even further than that. At least get halfway into the season. We're not even halfway through the season yet. So, yeah. I'll see you next time, though. That's going to be the end of this episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.